And good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to the show here at SNSN. As people are, wow, they're already leaving. We haven't even started yet. Wow. You know, that's what happens. You know, you put the show on, right? It's kind of like, there's a banner going like, going to start soon, in a minute and everything. People go, yeah, no, they're not pole dancing. We're out.
That's right. They saw my face and said, no.
Yeah, they're not. No. I'm telling you, that's what people want. They want pole dancing.
I've never seen a pole dance.
Neither have I, but they do. Well, it's not entertaining enough.
You could put a pole in there.
I'm a Polish.
Oh, yeah, but you danced the polka.
You're absolutely right.
Or I might river dance because I'm Irish too.
Oh,
just a little bit.
Look at you go, Michael Flaherty.
Michael Flaherty.
Yeah.
Oh, you okay there, Paul?
No, I was just checking. It's Monday. It's Columbus Day.
He's checking his Tinder app.
It is holiday. I was just curious.
I'm really surprised, actually, that Columbus Day is still a holiday.
Well, yeah, and I'm surprised they got it at the bank. It says Columbus Day rather than Indigenous Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the new name of it, Indigenous Day?
Well, I think they use that as Columbus Day.
Huh?
I think a lot of people are using that rather than Columbus because a lot of people are ticked off.
Right, but officially
it's Columbus.
It's Columbus Day, which with the whole cancel culture thing, I'm surprised that's even a thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was up in the bank. Yeah, because I guess they're closed Monday. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, the lobbyists for the calendar groups are arguing it. They don't want to have to redo their calendars.
Well, that answers my first question.
Okay.
For Ask Chris Anything. Why is it still Columbus Day and not been renamed to something else?
Calendar lobbyists.
The lobbyists. There we go.
Yeah.
See,
they're a big group in DC, Yeah. Calendar lobbyists. Yeah.
Lock and key lobbyists, the people that, create locks for doors, Yeah. What else, Paul? You got to come up with someone then.
The sheep herders lobby.
Why don't you start us with a dad joke? I know you're waiting. You're chomping at the bit.
I can start you off with a story.
Oh,
Once upon a time.
it's a Paul Lash story.
All right. Have you heard about? We all know about the Red Sox
Oh, Jesus.
in the thing that happened with the Red Sox because of the Babe Ruth thing.
Yeah, the curse
curse.
of the babe.
You got it. Did you know that the same thing happened to the Chicago Cubs? Did you know that?
Actually, I do, but keep going.
I feel like he's setting us up.
Okay. No.
No,
Okay.
that's just a thing.
In 1945, there was a tavern owner named Billy Goat Sianis who cast a goat curse on the Chicago
Yeah.
Cubs.
That's a thing.
It is, yeah. And apparently, what had happened was he had this pet Billy Goat, apparently, and he was a big Cub fan. I mean, he was a businessman in the area, and he was a big, big Cub fan.
And his name was Billy Goat.
Well, his name
Well, the Chicago Billy Goats didn't
Boy,
work.
did his
so,
parents
yeah.
hate him.
So apparently, what he did is he went into the stadium, and apparently the goat was getting out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
So they kicked his butt out of the stadium
Okay, for bringing a goat.
for
Wow.
bringing a goat.
How rude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what had happened was he put that curse, the Billy Goat curse, on the Chicago Cubs, and it took 50 years for them to actually win the pennant. They
Okay.
didn't win it to what 20. I don't know what the hell was it? 20.
Is there a chance, just slim, slight chance, that maybe it wasn't the curse of the Billy Goat?
Maybe
It
the
was
team just sucked.
and it was the fact that the team just
Well,
sucked.
we all know the same thing with the Red Sox. The same thing. Did the team suck or was it actually Babe Ruth?
It was the curse of the babe.
Okay, so it's pretty much the same.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That was a real thing.
Well, this thing too. I mean, so
Well, there was
took 'em-
also the thing about the Red Sox always sucking after the All-Star game.
yeah.
They would do really great up to the All-Star game. All-Star game would happen, and then they just bomb.
Did I ever tell you my story about Babe Ruth and the curse being over?
You met him?
Well, vicariously.
Okay.
Did I ever tell you that story?
I don't
It's
know.
a pretty
Another story.
it's a pretty freaky story, actually. I thought I had told it before, but
You probably did.
so what had happened was I was at work one day, and my an ex-girlfriend of mine called me up and said, "Hey, can we meet for lunch?" And I'm like, okay. I mean, we hadn't been together for over a year, and we had dated for a couple of years, so
Uh-huh.
we shared a lot of things and everything. So, and one of the things was she never would dream, or if she did, she never remembered them
Mm-hmm.
ever. So that was the joke, sweet dreams. Ha, I won't remember them, that kind of thing. So she calls me up. She goes, "Hey, can we meet for lunch?" Okay, fine. So we met for lunch, and she was like frantic. And she goes, I gotta ask you a question. I said, okay. And she goes, "Did Babe Ruth like hot dogs?" What? I said, "This is why we got together for lunch, right? Because you wanted to know if Babe Ruth liked hot
We're
dogs."
playing Trivial Pursuit for lunch.
Yeah. Good morning, Laura.
Morning, Laura.
He doesn't have time to say good morning.
No,
Laura.
good morning.
He's too
I was
busy
trying to get to
Oh.
finish the story, but I have no Wi-Fi because it's changed. SNSN has changed. so
Moving on.
I couldn't get in. So anyway, go ahead.
Oh my God.
Did Babe Ruth like hot dogs?
So I said, "This is why you wanted to get lunch today, because you wanted to ask me if Babe Ruth liked hot dogs." And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, now this is 2004." And she goes, "Yeah, I do." And I went, "Oogie." I said, "Yeah, Babe Ruth loved hot dogs. Matter of fact, I knew that he used to have kids that would act as runners to go get him hot dogs
Okay.
constantly during a game."
Hence the name Ballpark Franks.
Pretty much. So she says, "You're kidding me." I said, No, I'm not kidding at all. And she goes, "All right, well, then I have a story for you." And I said, "Okay." She goes, "I had a dream last night." I said, "You don't dream, or you don't remember them?" She goes, "I remembered this one."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Okay." And I said, Enlighten me. Tell me, who was it? Well, it was Babe Ruth. And he was sitting on the Green Monster at Fenway Park. And he was sitting with my mother.
Okay.
This is the dream, right? I'm like, okay, now this is really getting wacky. Now, unbeknownst to anybody else, my mother was a big Red Sox fan. So I don't know why he picked my mother. So anyway, I guess the conversation between my mother and the babe was, she says to me, she goes, Babe Ruth looked at your mother and said, I'm going to give up hot dogs for your pot roast and brown potatoes. And I stopped in my shoes because nobody knew about my mother's brown potatoes.
Ooh.
Nobody. My mother's potatoes, every time she would cook them in one of them cooking bags that you put in the in the oven and stuff like that. Whatever she did, whenever she made a pot roast or anything in the oven, they were brown. And it was a joke between the house. And Lisa would never have known that.
Right.
Ever. So I was like, all right. I said, are you kidding me? And she said, no. I remember it just like it was hours ago. I said, well, it was. It was hours ago. And then she said to me that Babe Ruth said, Red Sox fans, don't worry. This is their year.
And
now, at that point, the Red Sox were in the American League Series against the Yankees. Against the Yankees, they were down 3-0. There was no team ever has ever come back from 3-0 to win the American League Series before to get to the World Series. Never. And Lisa said, don't worry. They're going to. I said, it's never happened. They won. They came back from 3-0 and won 4 games in a row against the Yankees and went to the World Series.
And you didn't drop a 20 spot on them.
I didn't believe it.
She knew about the brown potatoes.
But no. But that wasn't the World Series yet. Then they went to the World Series and won 4 in a row. They swept.
See? You know what that means? They had 8 good games left in them.
But let's talk about freaky deaky stuff. Strange. That's my story for today.
Good.
Do you have a story?
I have a story about my colon.
Oh boy.
Colon.
Let's talk about Chris's colon.
No, I got nothing.
No. All right, it's Ask Chris. Quiz.
Quiz. That's my new name.
It's Ask Quiz anything
my stage
Friday. Friday. So if anybody has any questions for Chris, it is Ask Chris Anything Friday. As you can take a look over here, these gentlemen over there are on retiree row. That's Chris and Paul.
Yeah.
That's right. I may not know the answer, but I'll be more than happy to make something up for you.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What's the tallest building in the world?
The tallest building in the world would be a yurt that sits atop Mount McKinley.
No. No.
Do you even know what a yurt is?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the library. It has more stories. You should know that. You're a writer.
Moving on.
You wanted a joke.
Donna says, this is for Chris. Is that a Boston Scally hat cap you're wearing?
It's a hat in my homage to Peaky Blinders.
He got it from the yurt.
I watched Peaky Blinders. I saw those hats and I said, I got to get me one of them. I got a razor blade tucked in up here just in case.
Now, I've had a lot of people tell me that's such a good show.
It is. Cinematically, it's beautifully shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the story good or is it just...
The story's very good.
Is it English?
It kind of dies in the later seasons.
They all do. That's why they leave.
But the progression of the main characters is really good for like the first 3 or 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm. How many seasons is there?
I want to say they're into
4.
6.
4.
Paul goes 4. He just...
Yeah, I think they've got 6 seasons out there.
There's 4 seasons. Summer, winter, Paul.
That's right. I wish Paul would fall.
Paul is on a roll today. You are.
You asked for 4 seasons. That's what
He's
it
like.
is.
I think he's bipolar because he came in and he couldn't stop bitching,
That's right.
and now all of a sudden he's like
Boom.
Paulie jokester. You know, it's like
You know what it is? We went on the air.
God,
It's warm.
flip the switch.
That's right.
You flip the switch. God. Is it because we're in the new studio? So how do you like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
I feel like the roof is coming in on top of me.
Well, why? It's just because in the other place it was much different.
Yeah.
I tell you what I
Those
especially
was
appreciate is your background.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, it's much better. That is a nice background. Yeah. Much better. Yeah.
I think it was a move up.
Got a remote control, can do a lot of things with this.
Yeah.
Can you do like disco?
I don't know. It's got fade, mini fade, jump.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, God. Sorry for you people with epilepsy.
That's right. Everybody on watching just had a seizure.
Then there's automatic. We'll leave it on fade.
Yeah. You need to have it nice and smooth.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because that's our show. We're smooth.
Smooth.
All right. Anybody have a question for Chris? It's Ask Chris Anything Friday.
Whatever you want to ask me, go ahead. I know the answer to everything.
He does. He does. Ask Chris anything. So we've had a couple of. All right. So, what is your favorite horror movie monster?
Ooh, that's a good one. And I'll tell you right off the top that I'm not a big fan of horror. Never have been. Just it's not my genre that I appreciate. For monsters,
Mine was Punky Brewster.
ooh,
Yeah.
she's vicious.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
don't know.
I
Good morning, Victoria.
think I'd have to go with Freddy.
Freddie. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, from Halloween?
No,
Oh, Freddy.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh.
12, 15. Like, do you have a favorite movie monster?
Not really. I don't really watch horror movies myself.
My
Now,
ex-wife.
I do remember when I was a kid, I would run down to the Norwich Pizza Palace.
Mhm.
They're on, I think it's West Main Street, and rush home with a large cheese pizza and a 2-liter of Coke. And I would sit there for, I think, 4 hours watching the
Creature double feature
on Saturdays.
on WLVI, Channel 56, Boston.
You know, so I grew up on King Kong and Godzilla and
Yeah.
Megatron.
Werewolf,
Yeah. What about the guy coming out of the water? Who the hell was he? Remember the guy that used to was the monster?
the
in
creature from the Black Lagoon.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it?
That
Godzilla gets what? Is it, who's the spinny turtle thing? Was that Megatron?
Gamera?
Gamma Ray? Gamma Ray or
Gamera.
Gamera?
Yeah.
Gamera?
Yeah. You know who played that? I think Michael Landon was the guy that played that part.
Gamera or
The-
Godzilla?
The Lagoon guy.
Oh, okay.
I think that was Michael Landon that played that when he first started.
What a start, huh?
Yeah.
I want you to walk out of the water
Yeah.
and cut. Perfect.
All right. From Kevin, I'm going to ghost all of your phone calls. Cunningham, what was the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth?
Now, when you say on Earth, Kevin, are you specifically talking about a time zone or are you talking about a pinpointed location? Because remember, there are volcanoes that are active on Earth. So the hottest temperature recorded would actually be inside one of those volcanoes.
Anyone in particular?
Yeah. Let's
One.
Let's go with the one from Iceland that blew up and stopped all air traffic for 3 months.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. There was one in where was it? Washington? Yeah, Washington State that blew up. Remember? That was the one that put the soot all
Yeah,
over.
Mount St. Helen.
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
that blew up and put soot all over the
A lot
place.
of lava wasn't really
But
produced by it, though.
But he didn't ask where. He asked what
Well,
was the hottest temperature.
Oh, sorry, Kevin.
So you answered a completely different
I
question.
misspooked.
So what was the
hottest temperature ever recorded
Yes.
on Earth was 2,345,173 degrees Kelvin.
Kelvin.
And that was recorded during the Pleistocene age.
after eating a Carolina Reaper pepper.
That's right.
Oh God.
And somebody's phone is ringing.
Oh, look at that. It's Personal Call Friday. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, up here, up here.
he's gonna take that one. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right. So, whoa, 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 whoa! Kevin Cunningham has officially went out and he is calling bullshit on Chris.
Oh boy.
He goes, wrong. 2 billion degrees Kelvin. Researchers at Sandia National Laboratories produced the record-breaking temperature in their lab using a superheated gas equal to about 3.6 billion degrees Fahrenheit. 2 billion degrees Kelvin.
Yeah, but Kevin, they were using a sliding scale.
Oh boy.
All right. Kathy wants to know, how many holes does a straw have?
0. You would think that it would be 1 because it is a tube, but the tube is both the inside and the outside.
Oh, God. Who
So
knew?
is it a 2-holer or a 1-holer?
It's a 0-holer.
0-holer.
It's like one of those Mobius strips. It only has one side, even though the paper has 2 sides.
Oh, boy. Well, the things you learn here by
See?
asking Chris anything.
No kidding.
Bring it on.
Daryl
Hey,
wants,
Daryl.
wants to
From
know
where?
the Healthy Computer, School Street, Jewett City.
Bum, bum, bum.
Next door neighbor.
Yeah, it is. He goes, why are people not using their headlights this morning?
Because it's foggy.
Daryl, I would suggest to you that travel at any point in any time on the roads, and typically people refuse to use their headlights. It's law that when you are driving in the rain that you have to have your headlights on.
Mhm.
Driving from here to Waterford for my son's birthday, taking him out on his birthday, we counted 154 cars that didn't have their headlights on in the rain. So just because it's today and it's foggy doesn't necessarily mean it's a unique thing. It means that people are just generally stupid when they drive.
Most of the new cars now, the headlights are part of the
Ignition.
ignition. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
GMCs have been like that forever.
Yeah.
Is Fantasia the harp?
Fantasia is actually one of the first horror movies that Disney put out.
It was that bad.
It caused seizures and nightmares in young children. And the harp, no. Fantasia was the broom. Yes.
Mm.
The broom
Okay.
has longer hair. And Fantasia is a feminine name.
Daryl says, correct. I was looking for generally stupid, meaning the headlight question.
Mhm.
I'm typically correct, Daryl.
And Kevin says that your scally cap is on too tight.
Is that better?
What is he suggesting? The brain is getting tightened. Oh!
Wait.
It does look like a character. There was a character that did that.
Caricature.
Yeah.
All right. Chris Victoria wants to know, why does one of my dogs bark when he hears your voice? He does it every time you are on the air.
Is the dog in the room at this point?
Is the dog in the room?
I would like to speak directly to the dog.
Let's ask Chris anything Friday. I mean, doesn't matter where the questions come from.
Victoria, I just told him to pee on your leg.
Kevin's gerbil wants to know,
Kevin's gerbil.
Well,
Kevin has a gerbil?
yeah, I'm not. I
Okay.
don't know why, but
All
he
right.
does.
Has he ever been to the emergency room?
Wow.
The gerbil, not Kevin. I wouldn't ever wish anything.
Oh, Sarah's talking about the Masked Singer. Who is the harp? I think I can answer that question.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's Jennifer Hudson.
Either that or Queen Latifah.
I was leaning towards.
I don't think Queen Latifah can sing like that.
Well,
I was leaning towards Christopher Walken.
I seen him the other day in a movie. Man, he looked old.
He is old.
Man, he was bad. But anyway, yeah, it could be. It could be Jennifer Hudson.
Are you watching it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the format they got now because what they do now is they put two bad acts on and then one good one.
Oh, are they going to take all the winners and then do
Yeah.
something with them?
Yeah. Gives an opportunity for the person who can't sing to get
So
on
it's like
show.
Big
But they
Brother
did that
over-
anyway.
Yeah.
If you notice how they grouped people,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because they knew the crappy ones were going to get voted off the island.
Yeah.
It's like the Big Brother version of singing contests.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who got booted off already? I forget. They were really kind of insignificant.
Yeah. They were.
Clint Eastwood.
Oh, William Shatner.
He was on.
Yeah, he was 91 years old in
Yeah, he was on.
that costume.
Yep.
Yeah. And Walter was on.
He goes where no man has gone before.
Walter was on too.
Walter.
Yeah, the guy that does Walter,
Oh, Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham. Yeah.
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham.
Yeah. Yeah. They got people who were well known, but you'd never guess it being them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never thought Jeff Dunham would go on it.
Never
Yeah.
thought Jeff Dunham could sing.
Yeah. Well,
That's why he voted off.
Sarah, I didn't see the Mummies yet. We didn't watch it this week, so don't say anything.
Yeah, they
don't tell me.
I won't tell you, but
All
there
right.
was the mummies were on. Yeah.
She seems to say that they're the Brady Bunch boys.
How many mummies are there?
I don't know, but I haven't seen it yet. So
Oh.
maybe Melissa and I will watch that. We didn't watch it Wednesday.
Are they
We didn't
singing
watch it.
Time to Change?
I don't know.
Well, it's time to change. We've got to rearrange.
They have that same dance every time. You know?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Sarah. I mean, regardless of who you think they are, I just don't want to know what they did.
No spoiler alert.
No spoilers. No spoilers. But okay, we're gonna go. What about the harp? Who do you think, Sarah? I think it's Jennifer Hudson. Who do you think? You think it's Hudson too, Paul?
Nah, could be anybody because it's hard to say because there's a lot of females out there, actors that can really sing but are not known for singing.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
First, I thought it could have been Fantasia Barrino, but her voice isn't like that. Nah, you think it? Oh, she said Fantasia all day long. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think there's too many clues that point to. Well, they were both on American Idol, though.
Could be Betty White.
Too soon, man.
Is it?
Too soon.
Well, she certainly can sing. That's for sure.
Who, Fantasia?
No, the harp.
Jennifer Hudson?
The harp.
Yeah, well, that's whoever it is. But
yeah, she can really sing.
but did Fantasia win an Oscar?
I don't know.
See, now Jennifer Hudson did, I believe, for Dreamgirls,
Yeah, I think she did. You're right.
but I don't know if Fantasia did, unless they're talking about a Tony Award,
Who knows?
because Fantasia's big on Broadway.
Yeah.
What, they said that she won an award? Could be a participation trophy.
But I thought, yeah, like a high school diploma. Yeah. All right, let's move on from that.
Moving on.
All right, Laura wants to know,
Hi, Laura.
with many movies and TV shows being remade, which is one that you would love to see remade that hasn't been,
Oh, geez.
or not yet?
I was just about to say one that has just recently came out that I really appreciate is Interview with the Vampire.
Okay.
Yeah. There's only been 2 episodes so far, but I really appreciate that one. I don't know. I kind of balk whenever remakes of TV shows come out, it's like, guys, there's plenty of other ideas. Just do something that's unique. But yeah, I don't have any TV shows that I would like to see come back.
Well, I think a lot of the TV shows are coming back because they were very successful. And unfortunately, some of the shows they came out over the last few years.
Okay, I'll pick one.
Stunk.
If I wanted a show to come back, it would be Charles in Charge.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay, I didn't. I was like, wow.
Bring Scott Baio back as the dad.
Yeah.
One that I would not definitely it would be the Brady Bunch. I would not want that
Mhm.
one to be remade.
The Monkeys.
Dragnet.
Not the
Dun,
monkeys.
dun,
no.
dun, dun. Dragnet.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Happy Days redone.
With a new Fonz.
No,
Yeah,
they won't do it because the
Zac
Fonz-
Efron as
yeah,
Fonzie.
Fonzie.
Zac Efron.
Fonz is Fonz. They're not going to bring that back.
Well, I mean, Fonzie could come back as the grandfather of Funzie.
Now they just started the reboot of Quantum Leap,
Yes,
and
they
I was
did.
skeptical,
I always like Quantum,
but
Leap.
I
That was
watched the
fun.
first few episodes and I appreciate the direction they're going.
Oh,
Yeah, Quantum Leap was always fun.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked that one.
They even reference the original characters.
How about
So-
do they still have using Ziggy?
Yep.
Yeah, the little computer.
Yep.
Good morning, Kathy Devacy from Matt's Mission. Also at the Paragon Building on Main Street, Jewett City.
Neighbor.
Hello, neighbor. You just stomped the floor. There she is.
Are you down there?
You should come up here, Kathy, because you can look at what we did to the sign.
Yeah.
Put
Ooh.
lights on it.
Hmm.
Ooh, and it changes colors. Kathy, today's show is Ask Chris Anything. It's an Ask Chris Anything Friday. What question would you have for Chris?
Tell you the truth, Kathy, I may not know the answer, but I'll be happy to make something up for you.
Your top list on your bucket list, your top item on your bucket list.
Probably Stonehenge.
Okay.
I would love to go to Stonehenge and see what all the hoopla is about it. Watching people walking around there in robes,
robes.
honoring rocks.
What about you, Paul? You better get to work on it too.
No kidding. I got much time to complete this list.
Paul better hurry on up.
You're going to that deluxe apartment in this.
Yeah.
Paul's bucket list is be able to make it down the stairs without breaking his neck.
Or hip.
Yeah. I popped a hip.
No, we don't want to break the hip because
Oh,
that's
my
it.
goiter.
We're over.
That's it. Paul's like, yep.
That's it.
I can see him at the bottom of the stairs. You want me to make the call or do you want to make it for me? So what is it? Do you have anything on your bucket list?
Not really.
No?
No, never really.
Yeah. I don't know if I really have a bucket list anymore.
The only
To
thing
be
with
honest with you.
wanting to go to Stonehenge is I'd have to fly, and when you're talking flying, you're talking people, and I really don't like people. So
So you want to be stuck on a plane for hours?
I would love a private jet flight
Oh, okay. All right. A private jet flight
to Stonehenge.
to Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Land right there out in the field next to it.
well, when you become a favorite movie director, you'll be able to hire your own jet.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pretty easy then.
Right now, I'd be happy with an ultralight.
Yeah.
So let's just kind of switch subjects for a minute. The town of Griswold has now put out a newsletter.
Ooh, we had this discussion a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, whether or not, geez, wonder where they got this idea from.
Nothing. We don't know anything that's going on, so maybe they should put
Yeah.
out a newsletter. And boom,
Boom! Look at that. We've manifested it.
Yeah.
the power of the media.
Yeah, nothing to do with us.
Okay,
It's called the Griswold Word.
word up.
Where you can find it, who knows? But it's out there.
That's out there.
I think it's on the website. I
It's
think it's
on
on.
the town of Griswold.
I think it's on the First Selectman's Facebook page.
I thought they posted it to Griswold now.
They did. It's
They,
on
they
the-
probably shared it to that.
Yeah, it's on the town of Griswold webpage too. It's a few spots. I saw it I saw it on the Griswold Now.
Have you read it?
Yeah, I did.
Is it informative?
Yeah, I mean, and some of the news on there is not. It's a little old, but
So do we
It's
now
still-
know?
I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Put
No,
it that
so
way.
do we
it
now
was-
know
it's a
things that are
regular-
going on that
it's
we
a-
didn't know before?
it's a regular form. I mean, it's pretty much brings you up to date where we are at that time. You know,
Does it mention the data center?
Yes, it does.
And what's the latest?
Says still coming.
Still coming.
Still working on it. That's
Still
okay.
working on it, yeah.
Starts area.
No, nothing mentioned about that. Just mentioned it was going to be on 164 though.
I thought there was going to be a big picture of the town planner Mario Tristani that said with a big headline, "Welcome back."
Welcome back.
Apparently, that's not happening.
No,
Ha 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 ha! Victoria, just as I said that, she goes, "Does it say what's up with the town planner?"
Does it say what we've got as far as a replacement for people that have building permits?
God.
well, I think that'll all be addressed. So,
Okay.
God knows I shouldn't say that because I sure have a lot of leeway at this show.
Hmm.
well, let's not
Thank goodness.
let's
Thank,
not
thank goodness.
let's not complain because at least now we have something with the communication tool. So,
Well, this is modern day society. All
I
we're
didn't say I
supposed to do
hated
is
it. I said I
complain.
didn't hate it.
no, I know you didn't, but I'm just saying it's at least now we have something.
This is modern day society. All we're supposed to do is complain.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Bitch,
I don't hate it. I do think, and I said this to Jim yesterday. I think that the newsletter being quarterly is too infrequent.
Oh yeah, because
I think it needs to be monthly.
because you're right. Because what's going to happen is the news that's on there is kind of like
It's gonna be old.
It's
Mhm.
kind of old. Yeah.
But it's a step up. It's
Yes,
a
it
move
is.
in the right direction.
Yeah.
Beats a sharp stick in the eye.
Well, anything does, but
Yeah.
yeah. What about now? Apparently the town has purchased a camera for streaming.
Okay.
Okay, who's gonna stream it?
That's my next question. Do they know who's standing
Mhm.
behind the camera?
Yeah, there's gonna be a few people here and there for a few months or whatever, and then all of a sudden be like, "Yeah, no, I ain't got no time."
It's a little bit more complicated
Sorry.
than just a power switch.
I know. But good luck with that. And are they doing just the first selectman meetings, or are they doing all town
This is
meetings,
the first I even heard.
or is this
that
like
word.
Star of the Day week? You know, where it's just first selectman.
That's
And does the borough get to use it, or do they have to rent it? I mean, what's up with that?
this is the first I hear of them buying a camera. I didn't even know they bought one. Did you know they bought a camera?
They got one of those.
Who
Polaroids
cares?
that
I mean, it's so
pops up.
inconstant.
I
It's
know,
just
but first I hear it.
They've got one of those Polaroids that pops up and spits out one shot at a time.
when it comes to the town planner. Victoria said, "Isn't that town news? You think it would be in the newsletter?" We'll just, I'm just going to keep quiet depending on how much leeway I have.
You've had a lot of leeway, Mike.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Thank God. So Inky says, so instead of news, it'll be history. They should change the name of what you missed in Griswold Times. Griswold Times. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Or the Patchogue Recorder?
Yeah. Wow.
I like busting chops. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, it is.
Yeah.
It is in the past.
Huh?
It is in the past. Because I think when we had the emergency, that emergency training thing, it was back in. It was last year we had that. Yeah, it's done before we ended for the summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is in the past.
I think the other end of that, I think they got to be careful what they put in that thing. Just because you don't want to speculate in an official town newsletter, I guess.
All you want is the facts.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
and
I mean, I think most of the information in there was facts. I mean, it wasn't anything that I saw that was not true.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But if you notice going down 164, they have stakes in the ground where the, where the pipeline is going to go. My question is, they put the stakes in the ground, right? And it is regular surveyor stakes. They're not going to dig right now.
No,
But
too late in the season.
yeah, it's too late in the season. But what's going to happen when they stop plowing snow? What's going to happen with those stakes?
Well, plow drivers are very accurate in their plowing techniques and typically will miss a stake by at least 3 centimeters.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking the other day, we're not digging, and then those are they don't go in the ground that far.
That's what happens when you ask Chris anything.
So I was curious what was going to happen with those stakes. So maybe they'll survive.
Facebook user
Hello, Facebook user.
or Court Kinney.
Also known as FU.
Court says, many years ago, we had the Jewett City Press newspaper. That was,
Wow.
you know what? I think a newspaper, or I should say, an effective newsletter would help push things in town. I think if they're going to do a newsletter, then make it into a freaking newsletter and print it and put it different places.
Yeah, you could do that.
You know, so people can grab it because not everybody's on flipping Facebook, folks.
No.
'Cause-
Especially the older community.
Yeah, you're hitting the same people. Now it's like, no, we don't want to pay postage. Okay, don't. Then put it in different establishments in town.
Yeah, you could.
You know,
That's-
but then you're going to go, oh my God, who's going to drop them off? Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Well, they're putting the
You know?
information on the shoulders of the end user now.
Yeah.
You know, instead of putting it out there and saying, here's something you can read.
But it's different.
now
being
now they're saying that you want to read something. Here, you have to
right.
go here to do this.
It's a newsletter, or AKA short newspaper or whatever. Put it out there.
Mm.
You know what? How often, honestly, Chris, other than you doing stuff for outtake pictures, how often are you on Facebook?
All day, every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Honestly, I sit with my laptop on my lap. And
Just
I have
cruising
4
Facebook?
I have 4 tabs, and one of them is Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, you're just.
Well, there goes my theory out the water. Good night.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, Mike.
I think a lot of people are not on Facebook.
Well, Facebook is really for now the destination spot for the older generations.
No.
I don't see a lot of young teens on Facebook. They're on TikTok, they're on Snapchat, Twitter.
Mhm.
You know, but Facebook has really started leaning more and more towards the older generations.
But a lot of older generation don't go to Facebook at all. Don't believe in social media.
Right, but if you
I mean,
look
we
at
have one person that comes in here that never goes on social media.
I'm not saying that
Hmm.
old people will naturally go there. I'm saying if you look at the demographic breakdown for Facebook, the main viewers are the older generations.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is exactly where I was going to go with Kathy just said, because her teens told her that Facebook is for old people.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So is Facebook for old people?
Apparently,
What's for young people?
apparently so.
I use Facebook kind of like LinkedIn.
Are you speaking into the?
I'm talking.
mic?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that better?
That's better. Yeah.
Hello.
So I was playing with the knob over here because I'm like, can you hear him?
Can you hear me now?
Again, it's ASMR Facebook.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah. So it is supposedly too
Old
old. Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
what's the new one? Is it TikTok? Is it Snapchat? Is it Instagram?
I don't know. Not me.
Really weird. Laura just said Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok.
in other words, short attention span theater.
Yeah. We've said that for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, TikTok's not like it's a little bit different now, where it's not really short attention span theater. You know, you can actually upload on TikTok now videos up to 10 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they're trying to combine, with a whole bunch of different social medias. They're trying to do things like Snapchat. They're trying to do things like YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that YouTube is now positioning themselves more and more along those short YouTube videos.
They
too.
all are.
Yeah.
They all are. Instagram has it. Facebook has
does,
Reels
Yep.
along with Instagram, YouTube Shorts,
Mm-hmm.
TikTok.
Yeah.
So
TikTok going in the opposite direction, opening it up to 10-minute long videos.
you can still do both.
Yeah.
You can still do.
Yeah.
TikTok is weird though. I will say that.
Well, TikTok was pretty good because I was able to see some of the damage that happened in Florida. A lot of people
Mhm.
were taking videos, and it was amazing. All the damage that went on. Holy
Yeah, you
cow.
get the damage on one end, you get the half naked 22-year-olds in the next video.
That's right.
Yeah, that's stupid. But yeah, it was.
And you get other videos with upside down pineapples. I mean,
No, I never saw any of those.
that you'll admit to.
No, I never saw them.
I have a tramp stamp of an upside down pineapple on my back.
You hear the music in the background? Carol just says she likes the I'll probably, you know what? The music in the background that's being played by the church,
Mhm.
I'll probably get a violation on here for licensing.
You shouldn't be talking while it's on there,
I
Mike.
know.
Cut the mics while the music's playing.
Kathy says TikTok is such a time suck. It is. I told Melissa, don't ever get TikTok because she'll sit there. She will go right down that rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of her friends do. It's crazy. It's addicting. It's very addicting. It's probably the most addicting social media platform that I have found yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's TikTok.
Because it's short attention span theater.
And you don't know what's next.
I don't need to sit here for 3 hours to watch a full-length feature.
Yep.
no, I was just looking. I thought there was a new one out.
On YouTube, you can build a house with one video and then find the best recipe for Tide Pods in the next.
That's right.
Tide Pods.
Goodness. That's my Halloween gift for the young children.
Speaking of which, there is a big concern this year on trick-or-treating
Okay.
due to fentanyl.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Wow.
Remember when we were kids, all we had to worry about was somebody putting a razor blade
in an apple.
candy apple. Now it's fentanyl in your ho-hos.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It is. I mean, it's like, all right, I mean, it's almost, is it too risky to send your kid out? I mean, other than trusted homes that, you may know, is it too risky to send your child out trick-or-treating with the risk? And who knows, I mean, who's going to be the sick bastard that's going to do that?
Well, if you look at the time and money involved in trick-or-treating, you have to get a costume. You have to, go out for a couple hours, spend a couple hours out going door to door. It's much easier just to buy a bag of candy and sit in your living room watching Creature Double Feature and munching on ho-hos.
Right, but what I wanted to know is it too much of a risk?
I think it's always been a risk. You're going to a stranger's house and asking for a gift that your child is going to eat.
I don't think a lot of parents are doing that anymore.
Do you think they're going to just like trusted houses?
I think most
people
of them fire departments and schools and churches, and I don't think kids don't walk around anymore like they used to.
I know my grandkids for the longest time have come over to our house and we've prepared little bags for them.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they know you.
Right, exactly.
They don't go to unknown houses.
Well, that's the idea. I mean, as long as there's some sort of like, if it's a trusted place
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
that
So,
everybody knows.
Yeah, I think
So,
the days of the old trick-or-treating stuff is long gone. Not like when we were kids.
Mhm.
No, it's
Yeah,
not the same.
you walk around, you get whipped cream to the face or something like that, or shaving cream to
Egg.
the face or whatever.
Toilet paper.
Or you get egged or toilet paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's concerned of whether or not there's fentanyl in your cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Let's see. Laura says, as kids, we didn't even have a parent with us. We always stayed in our neighborhood and got a shitload of candy.
That's right.
That's it. It's very true.
One of the neighborhoods that I used to walk around with, the parents were there, but when the kids got their candy, the parents walked up with their glass, got a glass of booze.
That still happens.
there you go.
That still happens.
Yeah.
My neighbors always put out a sign that said that, they don't believe in Halloween because it's the devil's worship.
Oh, brother.
So every year I would sneak over to their house and steal their Christmas tree. And when they said, why would you do that? Because it's a sign of devil worship.
Victoria said, we started, just like you said, we started doing adult trick-or-treating at our house. We hand out nips to all the parents who show up with a kid.
Yeah.
It's like, don't drink and drive. Do your drinking, then go driving.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Carol says, I always made my kids costumes back in the day. We did not have to worry, but when I was 8, some big bullies ran by and grabbed my full bag of candy.
Yep.
That happens.
Yep.
When we're young, we're stupid.
Kathy says, I don't think all these drug dealers are giving out their stash for free. Mostly urban legends go out and enjoy Halloween, she says. Okay.
Isn't Halloween over? I thought we were all gearing up for Christmas now.
Let's go to Walmart. Yeah.
Well,
Christmas in July.
yeah, but
they're
there's-
done with Halloween
but,
there.
why do they put razor blades in apples? Why do they do all this crazy crap that goes on? They still do it. There's
Who
going to
gives
be still going to be some wackos out there that are going to do this stuff.
Just give out a roll of quarters.
Roll quarters.
Yeah, you go. $10. $10.
Yeah.
$10.
I'm coming to your
I'm
house.
coming to his house too.
Rolls of quarters.
Yeah.
How about just a quarter? Dink. We used to
Even
get
that
little,
would get really
we
expensive.
used to get little lace bags with 25, 50 cents in it in our candies.
Well, that was different back then.
But now you want to go to the houses with the full-size candy bars, not the one with the fun size.
That's right.
Hello, Cindy, not Cynthia.
Hello.
As a kid, we got egged while we were walking, and I somehow caught an egg in the point of my witch's hat. So my dad grabbed it and threw it back at the kids.
And they cried because they got hit with an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wussies.
Oh, well.
Interesting. Did you ever go trick-or-treating, Paul?
Did
When you
I
were a
ever?
kid? Yeah.
Sure. One of the things we used to be able to do when we were Halloween was I lived on the street. We had stores and stuff like that. It was a regular. We used to soap all the windows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We would soap all.
I mean, I never did, but I'm familiar with that prank.
yeah.
It was a night for pranksters back then.
Yeah.
Harmless pranks.
Hence the trick part of trick or treat.
Yeah. We used to soap all the windows. Like there was a grocery store across the street from me. We used to soap all the windows. A bar. We'd cross soap all the windows.
When I was a kid, I used to go out really early, do the whole lap around the block.
Yeah.
And then
Well, the other thing.
and then I would change costumes and do another lap around the block.
Yeah.
I got double the treats.
Yeah. The other thing he used to do is take a bag and fill it up with dog crap.
Light it on
And
fire.
then light it on fire and throw it on somebody's front deck.
You're
Yeah,
the
but
little,
that's dangerous.
you're the little bastard that did that to me. Okay. I know where you live, Paul.
Up at Paul's Pot Farm, Taylor Hill, Jewett City. My mother used to always take me around our neighborhood, and then she would go, and this was the big treat. We'd have like 3 or 4 of us. Let's go to Arrowhead.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh yeah, that was serious up there. That was like epic trick or treating.
Yeah.
Because it was like rows and rows and rows of houses,
Yeah.
and everybody participated. And there were some places and people that totally would do over their garage.
Yeah.
And one guy was Beetlejuice every single year out there, and it was like you'd bring 2 pillowcases that night.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then the next morning you'd end up with 1 because, well, mom and dad ate all the candy because they wanted to test it.
That's right. We have to
Make
check it
sure.
to make sure that it's safe for you.
Has anybody gotten up in the middle of the night and found mom and dad laid out because they got some bad candy?
Laying there in a sugar coma.
I mean, has that ever happened? I don't know. Toilet papering houses. Someone says freaky good times. Freaking good times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the days.
Those were the good days.
It's too bad because those are like just harmless pranks.
Those are harmless. Yeah.
You know, you'd piss off, the old guy on the block, like
Yeah.
Paul,
Yeah.
and just be like, what damage did you really do?
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit of rain will take it off. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's biodegradable.
Mm-hmm.
Eggs are too expensive now.
Yeah. It's $3.50 a dozen. Who wants to do that?
Yeah, pretty expensive to be.
Good morning, Yvonne. How are you?
Hi, Yvonne.
She says, used to live in Colonial Woods, Plainfield, and that place used to always be packed. Went through a lot of candy in that place. That was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any of those places like Mary Brown Apartments was, between there and Heatherland and Peachtree, you go boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it was not uncommon for people from other places of town to drive into your section of town.
Right.
It was not uncommon. That would happen all the time.
Explains the high population of diabetics in our area.
It all started with little Debbie cakes. We moved on to full size red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting. And now there's Halloween. I can't give it up. I need therapy.
Sprinkles are the crack of the candy world.
I don't. Maybe you'll understand the question, but I don't know what Donna is speaking. Oh, this is Polino. What happened to the plant? What plant are we talking about? Are you talking about the plant that's in the back, in the back of the shot here?
She's talking about the plant from Paul's Pot Farm, Quaker Hill.
It's drying.
It's on the rack.
Paul CBD Farm, because it's legal. Hill Street, Jewett City.
There you go.
Oh, the plant behind you. Oh, it's over there now. It's in a different. We'd rather show the green screen with the spackles. Donna said we used to get 70 to 80 kids.
Yeah.
Now,
not one over 10 years.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It's changing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
The alligator is here, Carol. Just
Somewhere.
I haven't unpacked everything yet.
He's in the pond.
Yeah, we're building a koi pond right in the studio.
Sweet.
And the alligator is going to go ahead and
With one of those little Japanese bridges over it.
we could do that.
Ooh, yeah.
The bridge over the river SNSN.
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay.
That used to be not uncommon to put a pond in your house.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
You know,
Mhm.
I had a pond in my living room.
Did you now?
Yeah.
It's a place where the dogs used to.
Paul lived in the swamp.
Polino says, it's good to see Waldorf and Statler so happy on this Friday.
I think she's making a reference to Paul and I. Are you Waldorf or Statler?
Must be.
You know who they were? Waldorf and Statler from the Muppets, right?
Yeah.
You know who they were
Oh.
named after, right?
Oh, are they the old guys?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Up in the balcony.
Gotcha.
Do you know how they got their name? Waldorf and Statler.
No.
Names of ritzy hotels in New York.
Well,
I've never heard of the Statler.
Yeah.
I heard of the
Waldorf Astoria.
Yeah. So we should be
Yeah.
doing this, Chris.
You're too loud.
Oh my goodness. Anybody else have any Ask Chris Anything questions?
Come on.
Because there's a rumbly and a tumbly.
Y'all wake up and throw some questions out there.
Because we go ahead and do this. Boy, howdy. Dave says I'm Fuzzy Bear. Waka 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 waka. I could never do a Fozzie Bear voice. I don't know why.
My favorite was always Animal.
Animal! I like Beaker and the Swedish Chef.
Mork, mork, mork.
My favorite episode with the Swedish Chef was making shredded coconut.
Oh.
You take a coconut, you throw it in the air, you take the gun, boom, shred a coconut. It was always my favorite. What's one thing about today you would keep about these changing times that are different from the good old days, Paul? I mean, no, we know, Paul. Be bitching about it, but what about you? What is something about today you would change? That's different from the good old days.
I would keep.
What's one thing about today you would keep? What's one thing about today you would keep about these changing times that's different from the good old days?
Less people.
Well, that's not going to change.
Well, with the whole COVID thing, not a lot of people were going out. They were all staying at home. So you could go shopping or you could go out to lunch or something. And there would be like just a third of the people there that there normally was. And I appreciated that. Because I personally think that, the more people, the higher the stupid ratio goes. And it doesn't just go up person for person. It grows exponentially.
Okay. Plano says I would keep cable TV.
Don't like the old Yagi antennas? Remember the old
cable? Yeah. Cable is going the way of the dinosaur. It's all streaming now.
Yeah. All right. Here's something. Now, this does scare the living crap out of me more than almost anything that has happened lately. What does Chris think about the asteroid hit we did a couple of weeks ago? And why did we do it? And why did we feel the need to do it? It wasn't just random.
No, it was practice. There's something out there that's coming at us, and they're just practicing to see if they can actually make some kind of impact, pardon the pun, and move something out of the way. But what's going to happen is there's going to be a large asteroid plummeting towards Earth. We're going to send up a couple nukes, and we're going to blow it into a whole bunch of tiny little pieces plummeting towards Earth.
Yeah, or send them the other way.
So instead of getting hit with, an asteroid the size of Long Island, it's going to be an asteroid the size of a school bus, but there's going to be 10 million of them.
Great.
Which would you rather get shot with? A bullet or buckshot?
I know, but yeah, you know what I mean, though? They did that for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't... we're just not going to throw up, a $2 billion rocket. Just let's try this out. It's like going to the fair.
Just because.
Yeah.
Well, there was always talk about having space warfare.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hence the Star Wars program.
Yeah, they always talked about somebody having that capability to shoot stuff out of space.
Inky says, someone call Bruce Willis.
He can't. He don't remember anything anymore. Poor guy
He saved us all.
Apparently he's sick.
Is he?
Yeah. He's got some kind of disease or
something. He did like 5 movies in the span of a year just to fulfill his contract quotient, and they were all really bad.
Yeah.
But he fulfilled his contractual obligations, and now he's retired.
Yeah, he's got something wrong with him.
Yeah. But he's got a gang of men that are willing to dismantle it.
That's right.
Oh, God. Where's Ben Affleck when you need him?
He's with Jennifer. What's her Lopez?
Again?
He's married to her.
Again?
I think he is. He's married to Lopez. Jesus. You didn't even know that?
I thought he only dated people named Jennifer.
No, I think he's married to Lopez now.
Joey says, my Astro robot just sits and stares at me. Should I be scared?
Yes. Be very scared. He's plotting.
David says we can send a rocket into outer space and hit a moving asteroid, but we can't have some store surveillance cameras with clear pictures.
Right.
Or ones of Bigfoot.
That's where I was going next.
We can't. There are no clear pictures of Bigfoot.
We've got asteroids up, or not asteroids, satellites up there. Take a picture of a dime out on Main Street and tell you whether it's heads or tails.
Yeah. But there's always that one picture of Bigfoot You know, that the Bigfoot doesn't look like it's even that far away. Maybe about 50 feet away, doing like this.
I've seen that one.
And he's blurry. And it's like, really? Come on now. How ridiculous is that? All right. Well, I think that's enough for Ask Chris Anything on
Is it
Friday.
breakfast time?
I think it's breakfast time.
Yay!
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
We'll see you once again Monday, right here on SNSN. Hope you guys have a great weekend and be safe.
Bye.
you.